we're better than anybody, and we gotta be better than the next band. But it's just
productive, be professional with it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, at the end of the day, everybody wants to hear what you got to bring to the table. Yes. You know, that's the problem. Like Alex said, you know, it's not the people to blame because the people, that's what they're expecting. They're expecting.
They want material.
They want material. You know, we gotta give them what they want. But if you're too busy complaining about, okay, this band is doing that, this band is doing this, and instead of you know, bringing out your own material, you know, you're stuck. Yeah, you know, as far as we know, you know, we try our best to give everybody what they want.
And then you gotta ask yourself if you're just doing music or if you really want to know about the music business, you know?
Right.
There's a big difference, you know what I mean?
It is a difference.
You have to study all of that stuff.
And one thing I like about your music, that when you listen to it, there is a message behind it. You know what I mean? That, and I'm a critic about that, you know, because I'm not just about rhythm. When I buy a CD or I listen to something, I want to listen to some words.
Exactly.
I want to listen to some lyrics behind it. So you guys take me. You know, you guys take me there. You guys take me where I want to go. You know, because I'm listening to your music and I'm like, oh, this is actually good. Before I actually started listening to you guys, I was like, GX team, I see the faces, young guys, no disrespect, right? I was young at one point, you know, so I'm looking and I'm going, oh yeah, Dios mío. You know, until, ay, esto va a ser un relajo, you know, I'm like, esto va a ser un relajo.
It happens a lot.
Looks are deceiving, you know, and that is reality. Looks are deceiving, because I popped the CD, you know, whoa, okay, those kids are doing this? So I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one.
No, you're not.
You know, I'm pretty sure you guys actually surprised a lot of people.
Oh, yes. Wow.
Julian, he's a musician and he's a music critic. You know, he calls me every time you send him something. Oh, sister, man, you have to hear this.
Julian, that's my guy right there.
Big fan.
Inspiration.
Word.
You know,
OG to the max, man.
Oh yes.
Big up Julian all day.
Yeah,
that's all I
we gonna like. We realize the reason you feel like that is because of the state. I mean, the point I just made before that is because all the young guys, not every young guy, you know, we can't stereotype, but there's a lot of people that were unproductive for a long time. That's why we're getting that reaction, like, oh, these young dudes, you know, because people before us, like, you know, they made it that way, you know, but not really. It has to go back to the creativity of the early 90s, you know, where all the bands had distinct sounds.
Distinct sound, that's yes. You knew from Caliga to GK, from GK to La Hati, you knew the different sounds, from La Buga Boys to C Boys. You couldn't compare no other bands.
Couldn't compare.
Every band had its own
sound. As soon as you listened to it, you knew who it was. Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
That is true. So what is the trademark for GX? Like, is there a trademark yet?
Not really. I mean,
check.
But we want y'all to be alert for Fusion Volume 2. We all doing our own projects. So I'm making the Paranda project. It's being mixed right now as we speak with Big June. Big up to you, all the way over there in Houston. Another OG doing his thing, you know, and I'm truly, like, you know what I mean, I'm grateful for him doing what he's doing, you know. That guy been there for me from day one. Big up to him. Fusion Volume 2 coming out next year. Cuzzo.
Yeah, I got the American Story coming out maybe mid next year. You know, I'm giving it some time because I don't want to rush anything, but it's like a paranda haga groove mixed with hip hop. So we're gonna be the first guys like experimenting on that style. We already have a lot of videos on YouTube on GX Visions you guys can log on to, and we're breaking down the processes of how we're putting those songs together, you know, so you can look out for that. Got the American Story 2012. We also have Asiatic in the GX Team project coming out, you know, next year sometime.
Also mine's too. 200 plus years after. That's the name of my project. It's dedicated to Yurume, you know, and our history, the Garifuna, the time we was in war with the British. And it's a dedication to that, and also the leader for Garifuna, Jose Chato. So, you know, that's 200 plus years after. We still here, strong. But also, you know, our culture is still struggling, but we strong at the same time. 200 plus years after, coming next year. Yeah.
Also, coming out with a project, me and my little brother, Just Blaze, Justin, from Music Soul, we coming out with a new little compilation. We gonna bring a bunch of new artists, cause what Justin said, he was inspired to do that because of Big Brother over here, Big Cat. You know
That's my little bro right there. Big up Justin all day, man. Word.
GX team, you know what I mean? So we working on something new, starting some new arrangements, you know, bringing some new artists in. Try to do something different also. You know what I mean?
Is there any tours to Central America anytime soon?
We planning on doing that for next year, and that will be for the release of the Paranda album.
Okay.
But we're not sure about that, so we're not promoting that yet. But that's the.
But it's out there in the near future.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you guys gone?
Yeah.
Okay.
We went to Guatemala in 2007.
Awesome. How long have you guys been a team?
We've been a team from
2008.
performing from 2008.
We've been together always as friends since like 2002,
Way back.
01, you know, like we grew up together, so that makes even the chemistry even better.
We started performing until
So you guys already
2K.
knew each other, what takes, what not to step on. Okay, nice.
It's funny when we see other people try to do that stuff, we just stand there and just watch them.
They don't know what they're getting themselves into.
Another point that we always talk about in the non-production of the people right now is too much people competing with others. You know,
that's a huge
What's the
problem.
message?
To me, you're your best competitor. You'll always be your top competitor. Don't worry about anybody else or what they doing or whatever, because at the end of the day, nobody's gonna top you. You're gonna have to satisfy yourself.
And that's what basically made us become where we are now. You know, made us be so talented as we are.
And that's why we're so strong, because everybody in the team have that same exact
mentality.
I feel like to this day, I feel like I could get better in what I do.
Right.
You know, I don't feel like, okay, I'm in my prime, so you know,
done.
that's it. You know, I feel like I can still get better as a musician and producer.
Also, when I first got into GX team, I mean, I've been around these guys for a while. You know what I mean, but when I first got into the group, I couldn't feel myself into the group. But they never said to me, "Nah, we don't want him around" or nothing. They always like, "Yo, just keep." They always just call me like, "Yo, come practice, come show us." Like, and I used to just keep catching the groove and keep. Next thing you know, we building a new chemistry, and we started saying like, "Yo, it feels different. It feels different all the time. Every time we in practice, there's no arguments, there's no fights, nobody pointing fingers at nobody, and that's what made me feel comfortable with these guys. I mean, it's strong chemistry. And
ain't no problem when either one of us work with anybody else. You know, either one of us could work with any other producer or band. Ain't no problem. Like that's how confident we are about ourselves. You know.
But that's what it's all about, being Garifunas too.
Yes.
You know, the evolution. You have to break away. Because otherwise, Hondurans is going to remain with Hondurans. Guatemalans will remain with Guatemalans. We know that didn't work. So that's how it was forever. You know what I mean? Like, this is real talk. You know, you guys are like the masterpiece of unity. And some other groups now that are blended as you guys are. You know, because I remember, I'm like in the 90s era when the partying was out here, the Punta Rock was getting hot with Garifunas, you know, because you know the Punta Rock is started from Belize and stuff. But once it started coming to Hondurans and Guatemalans, Guatemalans had their own spot. Okay? Belizeans always in their own little spot. Hondurans on their own. You rarely will see a blend. Rarely, and you rarely will see a musician from Guatemala among the Hondurans. You know what I mean? So to see what you guys do now, to me that's a beautiful thing, because that's what I always wanted to see that. I grew up saying, why? Like, we are the same people. We should not be using the border. You know, because it's just a border. We don't have the luxury. You know, it's not like US with Mexico. You know, we are all Gadinegus. You know, so therefore, I'm like, those people who might have that mentality still, it's time. It's time. It needs to be changed.
We live in proof of that. You know?
It's doable.
You
know, it works, and unity makes us stronger.
Definitely.
You know, it might sound so cliche, it might sound so cool, so cuttery, right? But that's what it is.
It's a fact.
You know, so I want you guys to address young kids like yourselves. You know what I mean? I say kids because, you know, probably some of you are close to my daughter's age. She's 18. So, I mean, address them before we actually cut up, because you guys are going to stay for the radio tonight, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So you go address the young generation, even the ones that are much younger than you guys are, with their aspirations, with their dreams, with how to go about being Garifunas, because you guys already know, being born in the U.S., you know, and is all of you guys by both Garifuna parents or
Yes.
both? Okay, you know, which that's a plus. Some people are just one Garifuna parent and another one from mother, you know. So I mean, being that you guys are blessed to know that, talk to the ones just like you.
Yeah, I'd like to say, you know, keep your spirit conflict free. Always look for knowledge and look for peace with your own people, because that's the only way we're gonna get ahead. If you just keep complaining of why things are the way they are, but you're not doing anything about it, like you're part of the problem.
Yeah, take your initiative. Take your own initiative all the time.
Yeah.
And you know, I always say this. We all always say this. Constructive criticism. People talk all the time, but it's best if you talk about yourself before you talk about others.
Yes.
Always realize what's your problem first, and be yourself. Always be yourself. If you have a problem with you not learning how to speak Garifuna, there's always people around you that know how to speak Garifuna. You ask questions. Your parents, if you know your parents can speak Garifuna, like I do that with my parents when I have a chance. Yo, mom, what does this mean? What does that mean? What does this mean? I don't understand this. My mom will go explain. She's not ashamed. I mean, she didn't have the time to teach me Garifuna all the way, but she taught me pieces of it. And whatever I asked, she'll still show me. You know, our parents. I'm not gonna say all of our parents made the mistake, because it's not a mistake.
It's not a mistake.
It's not a mistake.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's hard to do it in this country, you know, and you gotta know how to speak English in this country in order to do something with yourself. But also keep our culture alive. Our language comes first. Our culture comes first.
Yes.
And be proud of who you are.
And also, like this era, there's a lot of proud young Garifuna.
But what I noticed, you're proud to say you're Garifuna, but you're not willing to do anything that shows that you are Garifuna.
Exactly.
It's not just putting it on Facebook, oh, proud to be Garifuna 100%.
Exactly.
Mind you, I come from a family that is blended.
Yeah.
You know, I sympathize with a lot of you who don't speak Garifuna, because that's me.
Yeah.
But growing up, I was made feel less of a Garifuna because of not speaking the language.
Yeah.
Okay? It took me to be a grown woman to say, heck no. You cannot tell me that I'm not Garifuna. I always say, 70% Garifuna, 30% Indian Mayan.
Yeah.
That is it, and no one can take that 70% away from you. You know what I mean? So that's what you guys did. You guys claimed. This is something that someone just told me, and it's still, you know, it's gonna stick with me to the rest of my days. He said, you claiming who you are. It makes perfect sense. You know, people might want to come up and say, well, are they kind of talking about being Garifunas? You know, they born in the U.S. They don't even speak Garifuna. I'm pretty sure you probably heard this at some point. You know, but that didn't stop your Garifunaness from coming, right?
But you know, to the youth, don't be embarrassed of exposing the Garifuna culture. You know, just be proud of who you are, and that's what makes it special at the end. You know?
Our culture is beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's rich. It's a rich culture.
Very rich.
You know, not nobody has the culture that we have. So you know, y'all expose that to other people. You know, how beautiful you are.
I think being, musicians, like all of us here were musicians from real young, so we understood the concept of being proud of who you are, regardless. You know, while a lot of these people, a lot of our people are just coming to the realization that, oh, Garifunas are cool. But these are the same people that have been bashing us for years, you know. I'm happy I'm happy that the transformations has happened, but at the same time, don't bash, because at the same time, when you bash, you're bashing yourself.
Exactly. Exactly, and that is true. Anything to add to that?
Really, everybody just dig in, man. You know what I mean? There's a lot to learn about the culture, and it's all out there, and just dig in.
And I could tell you one thing: once you learn about the culture, especially the history, it's gonna make you even more proud to be Garifuna.
Because you know where you're coming from.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
There's nothing better than that.
Remember, we was talking about that the other day about we was talking about Joseph Chatoya, but we was also talking about somebody that nobody ever really talks about like that. We was talking about Marcus Sanchez. And I mean, he wasn't a Garifuna, but he became a Garifuna. You get it?
In heart.
Guatemala,
we know.
That's what I'm saying.
Heart lives
My heart lives in Guatemala. He was buried there. He lived there for a large part of his life.
And he did a lot for Garifunas.
He did a lot for Garifunas.
Yeah.
You know, me and Alex was talking about that. I mean, a lot of people didn't see the post, but hey, you know,
because only negative posts get a lot of
attention.
For the most part, yes.
Like,
sadly to say, but it's true.
Yeah, true. But
it's true.
But anybody who keeps things positive, look out for our posts and Facebook and period about just random. It could be random things, but look out for the historical
stuff. So you do write a lot of historical stuff, man. You just gotta catch it.
Yeah.
And when we start, it's like we start a domino effect with us. Yeah. Like if I see P write something, I'm like, that just made me think, and then I write something, but then I go to Alex's post, and Alex wrote something similar, Kev wrote something similar, and then we all just
They might think we philosophers. It's not like that.
We all mess up.
Yeah, we all mess up.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but another thing that we didn't get into is while we're taking a break soon, maybe about mid next year, I could say, from performing, would it be like everybody trying to get their financial situation so we could start investing in ourselves. Because investing so much time, that's another reason my own family wouldn't support like that, is because we sacrifice so much doing music. It's a point in life where people see you and you're doing that for this, or the love is not giving you money. So at the same time, we have to understand why the things are going the way they are, is because we're not investing in ourselves. We have to invest in ourselves. Yeah, so our break is based on getting ourselves together financially so we could just invest in ourselves more than we do now.
Yeah, but we're still gonna be doing videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And also the project that's coming out next year. So there's definitely gonna be a lot of projects going on under GX movement next year. So it's not like we ain't gonna take a break at all, because it's still gonna be stuff.
We're just gonna take a break from performing. As far as us hanging out together, being in the studio all the time, we always do that. It's not gonna stop.
We in there.
Let me just ask before we conclude, is there anyone who wishes to do anything with music? Is any of you, I know there's some solo performers and so on. Do you guys want to showcase anything? If you're not ready?
Black and yellow, cuz.
Hey. Hey, improvise.
Cool.
All right,
1 second. Cool.